Hey guys, today is a different video as I really do miss this game actually being good, as I don't think it has been for updates upon updates now. As today we are playing and talking about Five Nights Hunted. No, not Five Nights at Freddy's Hunted, just Five Nights. As recently it has had a huge drop off in quality, and also it has showed to lose a lot of players in the last through weeks, going from around 2,000 to now around 400 to 800 at its peak, which is still okay, but nowhere near to what it previously is. A main reason because of this in my view is the mass amounts of transactions in the game, like it literally has a starter pack within character that has some of the best abilities in the game. But before we actually start talking about the game, here is a little summary of the game. Or I'll let the game tell you. Oh wait, there's no tutorial. I know some games don't need tutorials, but flashing an info card at the start of the game literally does nothing. Now let me read you the only thing that somewhat tells you what to do, the description, which literally nobody ever reads. Things took a wicked turn. We were warned that the animatronics tend to get a bit quirky sometimes, but this was unexpected. I barely made it out alive. My friends, on the other hand, weren't so lucky. Recovered from video log number 7. Corrupted data. Open file folder survivor files. Survived the night by completing objectives to unlock the blast doors. Your only chance of escape. Will you ensure that everybody makes it out alive? Or is it every man for himself? Warning animatronics. If it weren't for them, you would have never turned into the monster you are today. Nobody makes it out alive. Now, two things about the description, the main one being the story. This is the only story in the whole entire game. I've seen nothing else except from live events, which we will talk about later. As all I can get from this is that we might be part of a survival from MCM, maybe Crew 12. But this came out before Secret of the Mimic, meaning there is literally no story in this except for some log 7. And the other thing is that description is not even in the main game, not as a little tutorial when you join. It's just never talked about ever again. Now the main gameplay loop. It begins as we are sent by who knows to do some computers and escape through the blast door like Dead by Daylight, except that instead of generators, it's computers. Not the one from Ruin, just a random computer. As killer, you can M1 and use your special move that you got through gambling to kill the survivors and make sure they don't escape. Now, into the main hook of the game, gambling. As unlike other games, like Dead by Daylight or Bite by Night, you don't buy the killer you want cause that won't give them enough money. No, you gotta roll for it like gambling, and you can literally buy coins so you can pay to win to get the character you want by just buying coins when it's boosted. And similar to this, the game has quote-unquote classes now that you need to buy with skill points which you get from escaping and is not pay to win. So fair enough. I would say if you could not just buy another slot so that you have double the skills as other players, which changes literally everything in a match. Like you could have Spring 3 and on top of that a med kit, so you can escape the killer and heal yourself on top of that. And the final gambling resource is souls or remnant that will enchant your killer to have a better upgrade, and that's where the pay to win comes in, as you can buy the started pack and get Mangle, and then buy some souls and just gamble for her ability, which is very good. So it's just pay to win if you want, which is really sad and goes against what Scott wants, even though apparently it's just a passion thing. Now, on to the characters. And I must say that their modeling and animation has improved so much more than before. And it's quite shocking how bad it was and how good it is now, and really makes me want to see the OG models redone. But anyway, for the characters, you will need to grind them to level 50 or just sacrifice the millions of duplicates you will have, which is quite an okay feature, and you can also get glitched variants as they are much rarer. Anyway, the main reason I made this video was because of trading in this game. Now, this is one of my best communities that I'm in. This is because people are so supportive and creative when it comes to making content for this game. But the trading community is the worst community I think I've ever seen. All I ever saw was people quit because they got scammed and just in really toxic community, as they were not the best and quite opposite as most were greed. And from my thoughts, there were some members of the community abusing their power to get more stuff and skins for the game. But I'll stop before I anger the 3 people watching this video. Now just something a bit different. The maps. There is one good map, one being Afton House. The rest are just absurdly awful. And like Bite by Night, it is just show and not tell as it looks amazing. The modelers are amazing, but the map designers need to be fired. Cause the only map I'll ever play is a new map or Afton House, as the others are just diabolical. Now, I'm going to cover the last few updates. Oh wait, they have not updated the change logs from last St. Patrick's Day. Oh well, maybe it's on the Discord. First off, is the ventilation mode, which I'm guessing is based on Fnaf 6 map as we crawl through vents, and it is literally just in luck game. As all we do is hope we escape and Nightmare or Nightmare Fredbear does not get you. With this, they added terminal regression from Dead by Daylight and level 100 bonuses for animatronics. And on theme was the release of the Fnaf 6 wave introducing Lava Ennard, Lava Marionette, Scrap Baby, Lefty, Molten Freddy, Scraptrap, Mr. Hippo, Rockstar Freddy, Rockstar Foxy, Rockstar Chica, Rockstar Bonnie. And for the first 2, I think you need to escape ventilation a certain amount of times, like 300 or something. And the other was an exclusive, which you'll get into later. It also added in Pro 2v8 mode, which nowadays averages around 1 or 2 people, and that was the update. Now it's not in the change logs update, but I'm going to go over Deadlock update, Prop Hunt update, and the secret of the Mimic launch update, as Deadlock was a PvP mode being 5 versus 5, as you had to kill everyone on the other team first, or do the computers before the other team is able to complete theirs. Prop Hunt allows you to be turned into the prop, as it's kind of similar to Fnaf Survival Crew, as once you're captured then you are turned into the animatronic, and it's impossible to win unless you are really lucky, or they're really bad and your teammates are amazing, or finally they just leave. Finally, the secret of the Mimic update. This was not only almost as long as it took for the VR mode to come out, but it came out without a map, which is weird for that long of a wait since the last mainline game update, not the special events. The main line, which was Fnaf 6, which was sad and demotivating for me. Now let's talk about one of the most ugliest things in the game, and the thing that is shown first almost, the exclusive skins, as these can only be bought with Robux or traded, and is the definition of pay to win. Now we're almost at the end, as we need to talk about the live events, as I don't even know if they still do these, but wow, they are literally just some people talking. That is IT, not an admin abuse like Piggy Inner City or Grow a Garden. Nope, just some guys talking, maybe a special effect, and a few free coins. And its lore is I don't even know. It does not even make sense. It's a joke, and they should stop or actually make it a live event inside a map or an admin abuse. In fact, let me show you one of the live event that I stayed awake till like 11:04. In fact, here's pretty much the whole thing, not edited. And I remember that being the best event I had ever gone to because of that one jump scare. Now, into the not as important stuff. Like the daily quests really are not that good and can be changed so that instead it can make it some lore or something to make a story. I even made an example. It begins, as it turns out, Glitchtrap, also known as malware, has taken over our body in the real world and now put us in Afton's personal hell instead of us, and has tricked the animatronics into thinking we are William Afton, as then he vanishes. Old Man Consequences tells us that we need to escape before William takes over the whole entire world as we know it, and here is where we get the survivor tutorial, as he teaches us to escape, as once we escape enough times, we should be able to kick Glitchtrap out and send him away, as the more times we escape, the more event characters, and the more skins, the more OMC army can grow, then we can take out Afton once and for all, as he vanishes. Now I want to use Burntrap because his design is cool, and he was not given his full potential, as now it will start. Burntrap wakes up the animatronics as it flashes with William Afton. He tells us to take revenge and make sure they do not escape, so that they are stuck down here, forever being tortured for what they had done to them, as he then vanishes after completing the killer tutorial, as that is my main story for the game. However, with this story, we can make a rival system like the Valentine's Day event, as you can give +2 points for a kill, and +10 for a win, and +2 for a generator, and +8 for a win, since there are more generators, and maybe not everyone will escape, and we could get an OMC skin if survivors win, and a Glitchtrap skin if animatronics lose. And now finally I want to talk about a feature that is lacking and could be a major reason why the game is dead. The marketing is non-existent, except on the Discord, but people need to reach out to find that. So I think they need to promote it like Byte by Night did with an actual YouTube, and maybe showing off exclusive stuff on X or YouTube, as I made in concept for this too. First off, it can start with like a trailer for the new update, like the recent new Glamrock Freddy update. They should make a trailer showing all the new stuff like the new skins and abilities. Birthday Bash Bonnie, exclusive, amplified Fear Sun, sacred, cleanup time Moon, sacred, Moonlight Glamrock Freddy, mythic, marked 1 Glamrock Bonnie, mythic, amplified Fear Music Man, legendary companion, stealthy Crawl Glamrock Security Puppet, epic, Silent Steps Glamrock Mr. Hippo, rare, Once Upon a Time Map Bot, uncommon, take a map. Mapbot offers the nearest 2 survivors a map, filling their screen with pop-ups, texts, and jump scares that they must click on to get rid of. Stealthy Crawl. Music Man provides a speed boost and can just put all that in a trailer or blog post update or something to promote it. Then maybe on X and YouTube we can get stuff like a teaser of a new banner, as shown on the screen right now, maybe to tease and build hype for the new update. Anyway, thank you for watching and have an amazing day. And enjoy the final few minutes of me cooking this lobby up. Just before I go, I want to point out the creators that helped play and promote this game, mostly XMAN 723.3, as he inspired this YouTube channel and others. Okay, bye, and thanks for watching.